Hello again, and welcome back to Legally Cited. This is Jesse, and I am back here for a quick channel update and a few other topics. Real quick, just wanted to start out by again thanking everybody for supporting the channel and getting views and subscribers and some of the recent comments that I've had lately. So that's definitely much appreciated. Want to keep this video a little bit shorter today. But there's a few things that I do want to quickly cover. As far as content on the channel, I have plenty of content pre-recorded already and stuff that I have just recorded. As you may or may not know, I'm kind of in the process of waiting for my new computer that I had bought last year. It is still in the shop, basically sent it into HP for warranty, and they are taking their sweet ass time. I guess they're having trouble getting the board or something, so I don't know when the heck it's going to be back. And especially for some of the recent games that are, more graphically intensive or that really have a lot of, a kind of ongoing story or ongoing content, I kind of don't want to play those until I get my new rig back. Because I know Steam Cloud works in some places, but some games don't, and I don't know that I really want to start like an epic game that's going to be several hours and then realize, oh crap, I got to figure out how to get my saves over, and then being able to run it graphically on my computer, my old rig that I'm using right now. I mean, it's not a bad computer, but it is, the graphics card is a few years old at this point, and may not be able to run some of the stuff quite as well as I would want it to, or if at all, in a couple of cases. So for some of the newer games, it just kind of depends on what I'm going to be able to cover and when I'm going to be able to cover it when I get my new machine back, that kind of thing. I know there's also been a couple of audio game requests or voiceover accessible game requests for the iPhone. I do need to get around to looking at some of those. I've grabbed several of them on my iPhone, and I've been so busy with other projects and work and all kinds of shenanigans that I haven't really sat down to even really explore some of those. So I'm hoping to do that here sometime in the nearish future. I'm not going to promise any dates just because, like I said, lots of stuff going on. But I will try to cover a few more iOS and accessible games overall in the near future if I can. I know on PC there's another one called Scramble, I believe it's called. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I've purposely avoided watching other people's videos because I want to go into it with my. Like, it sounds interesting from what little I've heard of it, but I kind of want to jump in and kind of discover it on my own because it sounded rather interesting. I would like to try to pick that up and give it a shot. I know other people have asked about Stardew Valley, and again, that's one of those things where that game you could play forever. I mean, when that game came out, I played that game visually for months. Like, I just got sucked down the rabbit hole of that game for a while. And I really don't want to do it on my old computer because the mod keeps changing and getting updated, which is a good thing. But every time you have to go and kind of download the new version and whatnot. And so, maybe everything will be a little bit more stable by the time I get my new rig back. And then I can kind of just ongoingly play the game off and on my new computer, and just do all that setup once. I did have the Stardew Access mod set up on my new rig. I just never got around to covering the game. So like I said, it is something I do want to look at. I know there's some other accessible pieces besides the Stardew Access, like for navigation and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure how in depth I will go with that, because there are already several blind and low vision, especially totally blind gamers out there that have done a pretty great job of covering, and I've retweeted their tweets, their posts on Twitter. So, but I have covered, or there's other people that have covered the total blindness stuff really well. But even like the Stardew Access, where it reads all the text to speech stuff, all the dialogue and menus and stuff, that alone will be immensely helpful and time saving for me. So, at the very least, I will cover that. But yeah, that's sort of the plan. I'm just kind of winging it. They are what they are. I'm going to do what I can with my current computer. Wait for some of the longer, the bigger and longer games. Wait for those to get my other computer back, and hopefully it's in good working order this time. So that's kind of a channel update. I do also briefly want to mention it's going on for less than a month now, but I did want to let people know. A while back, I covered the iOS accessible game Circus Masters Revenge on the channel, and that was kind of a spiritual follow-up to if you liked Audio Defense Zombie Arena, which I really, really did love. He kind of Joe did kind of a different take on it, where it's the circus, like you get the circus enemies and stuff instead of zombies. The game is still out there, and he's working on Chapter 3, and there is an AppleVis thread that I will put a link to in the description. So if you want to provide some feedback, if you want to provide some suggestions, some feedback, ideas for fixes or features, that kind of a thing, reply to that thread on AppleVis. I have the page up right here, so I will, like I said, I will copy and paste that in the description below. So just go ahead and click that link and, give some feedback on that, because that's going to be hopefully released later this spring. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that, so you can get your feedback out to a game developer. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about, I told you this was going to be a shorter video. I know, right? How about that? A shorter video from me. I do want to mention, I've talked a lot about XR Access in the past, and that's a project that I've been involved with now for a couple of years. And I know there's been some interest from people. Some people have tried virtual reality. Some people are interested but haven't tried it yet. If you are interested in virtual or augmented reality accessibility in any way, and if you are, if you have ideas on making it accessible, or if you've tried it and you've, you want to kind of give feedback on your experiences, good, bad, or otherwise. If you have interest in working with developers, any of those types of things, just, casually. You don't have to know how to code. You don't have to be a developer. If you are a developer, that's absolutely welcome as well. But XR Access, which is www.xraccess.org, they're always looking for people, and especially now, there's different groups within XR Access. Now, it doesn't cost anything if you're interested in kind of being a member, but there's different groups that are going to be probably starting to ramp up some potential like prototype testing for like software pieces. Some of it might be through the web, some of it might be through other means. I don't really know yet. But and they're, like I said, they're always looking for people's experiences, because here's the thing with whether it's virtual reality or an iPhone or a computer thing or just something in the real world. a lot of times, you think about accessibility, and yeah, people say a lot of times it gets overlooked, which it totally does. Disability or accessibility gets overlooked. But what really helps is, yeah, you can shove all the standards and guidelines and legal requirements. You can shove that in someone's face all day until you're sick of everything, until you're blue in the face. But that only goes so far. And what really I think does help is, having firsthand experiences, whether you're actually showing somebody, hey, yeah, okay, we're doing a play test or something, and yeah, this is what works, this is what doesn't, or even just, getting out there and saying your experiences, writing it down in a blog post or a video or a podcast episode or just or an email, whatever it happens to be, a forum post. That's, the kind of thing that they're looking for. And I've done a bit of that. I've been quite vocal about my experiences, like what I really love about virtual reality, what I've really struggled with. And they, so they're looking for all that kind of stuff. So, I'm not the one that would necessarily be able to answer all of the questions of like what they're looking for. But, if you get in contact with the XR Access, I believe it's like info@xraccess.org, I believe. You can just say, kind of give a little introduction and, ask what's available or ask what is, how you might be able to help if you're interested in that type of thing. And on a related note to that, I have the webpage up right here. I know this is short notice, and that's why this video is going to go up today for the Wednesday video. There's an XR Access quarterly showcase, spring 2022. It is tomorrow, Thursday, the 24th, March 24th. It is free. It is via Zoom. And so the most of it is going to be via Zoom. And this page on the bottom, there's a little summary on this page here about what the event is. It'll kind of go through a little bit more in clearer detail than what I just did on what XR Access is, what they're working on, what they're hoping to accomplish. And then, and then there's going to be some just time for people to mingle and chat and, brainstorm different things. So some of it is going to be via Zoom. But then later on during it's like a 2.5 hour, 2 to 3 hours, something, I think, session. They're going to break out into a Mozilla Hubs meeting space, which they used at the symposium, the XR Access Symposium a couple of years ago. They tried it. And yes, this is something that you can use in a VR headset, but you can also use it directly in the web browser, which is the way that I'm going to access it, because I'm going to try to show up for it tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, it is, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. So, make that of what you will for your time zone. Adjust that to your time zone. But, like I said, if you are interested in XR, in virtual or augmented reality, and you want to kind of be on the ground floor on some of this stuff, they're always looking for more people and more ideas and stuff like that. But on this page, there is a registration. All you have to do is put in your first name, last name, and then your email address, and then you verify your email. They will send you an email confirmation, and then you can just join the Zoom meeting at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And that is the XR Access quarterly showcase. I don't even know what all they're going to talk about. I know some of the things, but I don't even know what is all going to be covered. But I'm looking forward to the networking portion and just kind of seeing what all the groups are up to. So those are the things that I really wanted to touch on, especially as the latter two are kind of time sensitive. The feedback for Circus Masters Revenge Chapter 3. And then the XR Access, I know this thing is just, boom, it's coming up tomorrow. But like I said, I totally forgot about it. I thought it was like a week out still. Time is flying by this year. I don't understand how it's mid to late March already. That just seems ludicrous to me. But it is. So yeah, I wanted to get, especially like I said, as they're looking for more people, like I said, you don't have to be a coder, you don't have to be a programmer or an artist or a, whatever. They're looking for, if you're totally a newbie, you're a noob and you want to learn more about it, they're totally fine with that too. So I'm just going to I'm going to upload and release this video today for you guys so you can kind of see, and you can have a chance to attend the XR Access meetup if you wish. And like I said, I'll put the link to this registration page and the Circus Masters Revenge forum post on AppleVis that you can reply to with any feedback or suggestions or ideas that you want to send to him his way. But Joe had asked me to send just to mention it to my viewers. So if people are interested in more content for that, they can have some input on that as well. So we'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and hopefully things will get back to normal a little bit in the near future. Hopefully I'll get my new rig and it will work wonderfully again. I hope, I pray. But yeah, the channel will not be slowing down. But anyway, yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Check out the links in the description below. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, illegally-cited.com, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, and right here on YouTube. So until next time, I will chat with everyone again later.